Ask Raven your questions, no matter how far. I carry the whispers from shell to star. I see what you miss, I hear what you hide. I sort through the story, I shadow the tide. If legends call and dreams still burn, then follow me, and you shall learn. Subscribe now, join the sky mountain flame. Each tale is truth, each name a name. I am Raven, black as flame, circling above the cedar frame. From the salt of the tide to the moss on the stone, I watch the strange where the wild has grown. And on one such day with clouds like smoke, I saw a path where the spirit spoke. Through feathers, through shadows, through a shimmer of light, a tale that began in the heart of night. Far from any farm or fence, where the air grows thick and the trees grow dense, a pheasant limped across the ground, a wounded thing that should not be found. No fields here, no tilled ground rose, only wild tide where the west wind blows. Yet here it stood, its breath unsteady, wings held close, its escape not ready. Below me a man bent down, his hands were rough, his face was brown. For many years of sea and weather's bite, this was the father of the captain's sight. He was a man who took what he caught, who wasted nothing the hunt had brought, and a pheasant to him was a gift to keep. Not a secret to guard, not a promise to steal. But this time something turned his will. He built the cage, he kept it still. Fed it grain, watched it rest, like a guardian sworn to a silent quest. From the high branch where I swayed, I knew that something more was played, for the forest was listening still and deep, as if it held some vow to keep. Days passed, the pheasant's eyes grew clear, but another shadow soon drew near. From cedar shade a giant stepped, silent as though the forest slept. Bigfoot, yes, I know the name, tall as fear and twice the same. Eyes like amber, hands like stone, walking a path it had always known. It stood and watched, the cage in sight, its gaze unread in the dappled light. No snarl, no lunge, no rush to claim, yet the air itself did not feel the same. Was it here to harm, or here to free? Its eyes gave neither guarantee. But the bird was calm at last, like a chapter closed from a troubled past. From my height I saw the threads, not ropes of hemp, but lines spirit spread. For there in the trees a shimmer grew, a floating orb of silver blue. It hung in an air without a sound, then flickered, then spun, then bent to the ground. And I thought, what if this bird below was not as simple as feathers show? What if the orb had lost its form, in wind, in tide, in lightning storm? What if it wore the bird's disguise, to heal, to hide from watching eyes? And what if the giant was keeper and friend, sent to guide it to journey's end? Not beast, not brute, but forest guard, crossing miles where the watch is hard. I have seen orbs that heal and orbs that harm, orbs that lure with a false call. They cross the lines between our lands, untouched by tide or mortal hands. I've seen them where the graves grow old, where cedar roots grip stones they hold. I followed them across the shore and felt their gaze like an unseen war. And I have heard men tell in fear of rifles that failed when giants drew near, not by chance, nor by some flaw, but by the will of an older law. One such tale still drifts in mind, of another isle not far behind. There a man ran through the wood, pursued by shapes no hunter should. He reached the tide with lungs of flame and saw logs drifting, soft as shame. He swam to one and hid in place while giants searched with patient pace. He told no more save this refrain: if they reached me, I'd not remain. No crimson words, no sharper phase, just the truth wrapped in a shadowed haze. And across the chatting skies of blue, where silent crafts in darkness rode, one island saw lost airmen land, drawn to shore by fate's own hand. That very ground has felt the tread of giants walking where orbs have led. Coincidence or something spun through time until the weave was done. From above the answer hums in feathered tongue, it softly drums. That bird, that giant, that silver spear were not three things, but one thread here. The forest keeps its secret close. It gives in drops what it values most. And those who walk with open eyes may see the patterns, the rest disguise. So I tell you this, though you may not believe, what you see is only what you perceive. There are shapes within shapes and doors within doors, and tides that roll without touching shores. Whether it's bird or giant or light, or something that drifts in the edge of night. They are not strangers, not accidents thrown, but echoes of truths your world has outgrown. And I, Raven, above it all, have heard the forest's secret call. You've heard the tale, you've felt the sky. Now let your voice like Cedar fly. Ask Raven your questions, seek what's true. The wise one listens, the sky holds answers just for you. Subscribe and join the feathered stream, where stories float just like a dream. You'll find our works at Raven's Art, where spirit bird and songs take part. And if your soul still walks alone, email us, we'll guide you home. Ask Raven Native Art at Etsy.com, ghostboatadventures@gmail.com. What you forget, Raven remembers. Through fire and embers, Raven remembers. Nevermore.